Hi guys, welcome to my vlog. In this video, I'm going to be sharing one of my favorite discourse communities, which is the gym. My personal definition of a discourse community is a group of people that share a common niche interest, as well as a set of goals, values, and language that comes along with this interest. The gym community is one that has been a part of my life for several years now. I specifically really love lifting. I started when I was 17 years old, and I immediately fell in love. Before the gym, I was skinny and underfueling my body, and I was very physically weak. I could barely even curl 5-pound dumbbells. The gym has led me to become not only physically stronger, but also mentally, and it has taught me discipline, patience, and confidence. Today, the gym is where I feel the happiest and is always the best part of my day. Okay, so there are several different instances of writing that are unique to gym culture. So the first one I'm going to be discussing is going to be just basic gym terminology. Okay, so the first two terms that I'm going to introduce are strength and hypertrophy. So these are the two main goals that most people tend to have when they go to the gym. Strength is kind of given, just picking up as much weight as possible. And then hypertrophy is more about really growing your specific muscle groups and just getting yourself to look a way that you like. But just a spoiler alert, the longer that you work out for, the less satisfied you will become with how you look. So yeah, I learned that the hard way. But the next basic term is progressive overload. So this is just the act of lifting more weight over time. And it also doesn't have to be more weight. It can be like just increasing the tension on your muscles overall in order to grow your muscles. This is the basics of what the gym is. It's how you build strength. It's how you build muscle. And it's how you grow. Another term that's used within the gym is the term pump. So this is when you're training a specific muscle or muscle group and it starts to fill up with blood flow, temporarily making it look larger. Of course it is temporary, but people like to take pictures and videos, as you can see here. Nothing really that correlates with growth, but it's fun. The next term is one that has unique context within the gym, and that is failure. Now, outside of the gym, failing is a bad thing always, right? But in the gym, it's actually a good thing to reach true muscle failure. This is basically when your muscles quite literally cannot move anymore. Like, they physically cannot push the weight that you are trying to push. And this is a really good place to get to when you're training if you can really push to this point. It's where the most growth happens for me. At least that was my experience. But yeah, just know that in the gym, failure is good. Outside the gym, failure is bad. Okay, so the second instance of writing within the gym that I'm going to be discussing is studies and scientific literature. So even though the gym is a very physical activity, a lot of information about the gym can be learned and actually studied and recorded. There are numerous amounts of studies done literally on any topic relating to the gym that you can imagine. Training, food, genetics, like so many things you can think of. And really, if you want to be successful in the gym, you do need to learn some kind of scientific information that is recorded and in writing. And of course, this information can be retained by either going and finding studies and reading and recording your information yourself, which I would say is not as common. The more common way that people are able to learn about science and studies about the gym is just through information passed down in the form of videos by influencers or just people that share kind of just their general workout advice on the internet. I would say this is how I learn the majority of my information and how most people in the gym tend to learn their information. So a couple different concepts within science, literature, and science-based lifting are going to be first, range of motion. This is just within the exercise that you do, ensuring that you are going the full amount that your muscles can stretch. So I'm going to use some videos here as an example, but in this first clip, this is when I was not really knowing what I was doing, and you can see that my legs are not going all the way down, and so they're not really moving the weight a large distance, whereas in the second clip, you can see my knees pretty much touch my chest, and I am moving the weight a much greater distance, which is going to fatigue my muscles a lot more than in the first clip. Now, one way that you can ensure that you get a full range of motion, I always do this a lot because I'm very short. But what I do is I kind of elevate my heels and my legs, which allows me to reach a greater depth. Of course, if you're taller, you might not have this problem, but me personally, this really helps a lot. The next concept is going to be form, and this is just executing an exercise correctly so that you're working the proper muscles. So here's another video of me where I was actually lifting for some time now in this video, but I was still doing the exercise completely wrong. So the proper form would be to keep my elbows pinned by my side and not going all the way up. But yeah, this was not proper form. Another concept is the concept of mind-muscle connection. This is just when you're doing an exercise, really ensuring that you're feeling it in the proper muscle group. So here you can see I kind of put my hands on my quads when I'm doing these. It helps me to feel it in my quads instead of my hamstrings or my glutes. Obviously, it depends on what you're trying to work, but this really helps you to target the specific muscle so that you can grow it and not use your other ones to assist you. So one last final concept I have relating to science-based training is time under tension. This is just slowing down your reps and really controlling them so that you can really just cook your muscle, honestly. This will really help you grow a lot instead of just speeding through, and it also focuses on the right muscle group. This is me doing like probably wrong form sissy squats. I don't know. I was just trying to film videos in my room because I didn't film at the gym, but but yeah, reading and digesting scientific literature and the actual written information that relates to the gym will help you to be able to train properly, to grow your best, and to just formulate your own workouts, your own splits, and find what works best for you. Okay, so the third and final instance of writing within the gym community that I'm going to discuss is nutrition. So nutrition is just a way of recording everything you eat so that you can meet your goals, whatever they are, within the gym, and to recover and grow the best that you can. So there's multiple ways that this information can be written down. If you're crazy, you can write it down on a piece of paper with a notebook. But if you're a normal person, you can just use an app. There's multiple different apps that you can use. I personally like to use one called Chronometer, but this is just where you're going to write down and record everything that you're eating and all of the specifics, and just keep a log of it to make sure that you reach your goals. Now, when it comes to recording your nutrition, you're really going to be tracking three main things, which are referred to as macronutrients or macros, and these are just going to be protein, carbohydrates, and fat, protein being the most important, but carbs and fat also playing a role as well. And you can find all this information on the nutrition label, and you can even scan labels nowadays and just plug it into your app, or you can write it yourself. Regardless, this is how you will record this information. Now, the main way that nutrition comes to play in the gym is through bulking and cutting cycles. So a bulk is when you are eating in a calorie surplus, which is more than your body burns, and this way you can have more energy and essentially use this time to grow your muscles significantly. And then when you're ready, you can do what is called a cut, which is a calorie deficit, where you are burning more energy than your body is producing. This will have you losing fat. It's essentially another word for a diet, but this is when the muscles that you built while you were in a surplus will be revealed because you'll be a lot leaner. So this is going to conclude my vlog. I had fun making it, and I hope that it was fun to watch and it was informative. Thank you so much for watching.